Uy, 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 Binubudan, or Binurburan as they say in my province, is rice wine dessert, another flavor from my Pangasinan, here on Channel Juan. You're watching Channel Juan Kitchen and Garden, a channel dedicated to garden to plate experience. In this channel we grow, cook and share. Let's join Romulo and friends for this special episode.
Ano tayo? Gusto
Yeah.
ko ay ako rin.
Warm welcome, your kuya here, and Tatang, with
Lin?
and
Hi, Wiggy!
we are all from Pangasinan.
Malasiki!
Yeah, and
I'm from Santa Barbara.
okay,
Santa Barbara.
and we're just enjoying our Binurburan
Binurburan.
in Pangasinan, or in my Ilocano, Binubudan.
Ito, delicious.
While we enjoy our rice wine dessert here, I'll take you through the process. It's no different from cooking rice. Just measure, wash, and cook. What's difficult there? You don't have to wash even. If you trust the source of your rice, you don't have to wash it. But generally we do wash. If you have a rice cooker, just follow the measurements, and that's how easy it is. Some use malagkit or sweet rice. It's your option. I think my rice cooker here is 5 years old. Now that our rice is cooked, let's just have it cool down a bit to approximately body temperature. The warmer your rice is, the quicker it will ferment. So canning bahaw is discouraged. Besides rice, we need this ingredient. I bought this at the Chinese store, and they are available also in North America, even at Amazon. They're called yeast bowls. Something remarkable is that one bowl is enough for 1 kilo. And even where I come from, in Anda, in the Philippines, one bowl is also good for, they say, 3 chupas or 3 cups of rice, which is the same. So I think the measurement is the same all throughout Asia. 1 bowl, 1 kilo, or 3 leche, or 3 chupas of rice. I cook half kilo, so I need half of that. We need to pulverize this to enable spreading. Spreading burbur, or burbur means to spread. That's how this dessert wine got its name, Binurburan. Let's talk about this yeast balls while we work on it. This is not pure yeast. It is yeast and mold. Yes, mold. The mold gives sweet flavor to the rice once it's fermented. On an earlier experiment, I used the ordinary or the commercial instant yeast for this recipe. Yes, it fermented. It produced alcohol, but it was not sweet. It was rather bitter. As I've said earlier, it's better to work on the rice while it's still a bit warm. Fermentation is quicker in higher temperature. In my experience, usually 2 days is enough. We'll do an experiment. I'll split the batch. The first batch, or first half, I'm gonna use the traditional rice yeast bowls. The second, instant yeast. Let's see the result, if instant yeast works. If you enjoy cooking and growing content like this, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so that you won't miss any uploads. Let's cover the first half and we'll work on the second half. This is the instant yeast. This is less than half. I know. I'm a bit sure this will not work, so I'm not going to waste the rice. Just to illustrate what happens. Traditionally, they would wrap this and store it in a dark place. I now understand the reason for wrapping it. It is to conserve or to keep it warm. But I have a solution to that. I'll just, because it's cold here, it's winter time here in Holland, I'll just place it next to the radiator and cover it. I changed my mind. I'll place it rather next to the boiler at my boiler room. And let's make them cozy and warm. Cover them with a towel. Welcome to day 2 of our Binubudan adventure. As initially planned, I transferred them here. The place there is not hot enough. It's close to the heater here. That's why this is now, even after a day, it begins to ferment. Let's remind ourselves that I divided the batch into 2. Plus, I have here another set which I prepared 4 days earlier. Okay, so first setup. This is the version that uses the traditional bubot that I bought from the Chinese store. It's made in China, but it's made from rice as well. Look, it now begins to produce water. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not very visible because it's white. It does not have that distinctive Binubudan smell because it's on its second day, but let's taste it. It's already sweet. Next, let's look at the second setup. The second setup is mixed with the instant yeast, the kind of yeast that we use for our bread that we buy from the grocery store. If you notice, it's still dry. Yeah, no traces of fluid. I don't know why, but let's give it a chance. Back. And here is the third setup. I made this 4 days ago using a different sort or variety of rice. It smells like alcohol, really. It has adequately fermented. It's got liquid already. Let's taste it. It's really sour compared to this. And I think, yeah, let's give it a chance. I'm beginning to think that we cannot use the instant yeast in making Binubudan. It has to be the yeast made from rice. The day before it's served, traditionally in my barrio, they would add sugar solution. This is now ready to eat, but I'd like to stick to the tradition in my barrio, perhaps in the entire Pangasinan, where they add sugar. It's a sugar solution actually. I think that's not to sweeten the Binubudan, but to feed the yeast. Yeah, I want to repeat that. To feed the yeast. Yeast needs sugar to thrive. Not just warm temperature, but sugar. Rice has sugar. That's why it ferments. So I'll add the sugar solution now. And let's give this 6 more hours. That's what I heard. And then let's enjoy our Binubudan. If we want to make it stronger, if we want to give it more alcohol content, let's give it 2 more days. Six more hours and we will have Binubudan for dessert. By the way, this Binubudan or Binurburan in my native Pangasinan province is not limited to the Ilocos or Pangasinan region of the Philippines. This is also known in Thailand. Although the making of this is discarded in homes, it's available in the markets. It's being sold as a dessert. The name in Thai is under. I cannot pronounce it. It's also used in it's also used in various Chinese desserts. Perhaps it's the Chinese or our Austronesian cousins, the Thai, that brought it into the islands. In the Cordilleras, they also make rice wine using this process, tapoy. But I think eating this at this stage, while there's still rice in it, is unique to Pangasinan. How about you? Do you have this in your province? I asked some Visayan friends and they say they didn't know it. Meron kayo nito? Do you have this in your provinces? Yan. Yan. We homesick Pangasinanses are just happy because meron kaming Binurburan, or in Ilocano, Binubudan is rice wine. So gawa na. How do you find it, ladies?
Oh, now I'm getting drunk.
Reminiscing the old days. Cheers.
One of my favorite. My mom used to make this.
See? To me, it tastes like tiramisu with dessert wine. Ang sarap talaga. So gawa na rin kayo. Gawa na rin sila. These two ladies will be
It's very good.
very good. Yeah. Gawa na rin sila. Bibigyan ko sila.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here today on behalf of Wiggy and Lynn. Thank you. And join us again next time as we bring you more of the flavors of the Philippines and of the world as we grow, cook, and share here on Channel Juan. This has been your Kuya, Romilo. Until next time.